Hello, good day viewers. Welcome to another mathematics presentation. So in this presentation, we are going to look at how we can find the surface area of the cone and its volume. So this is your presenter, Mr. Mlenga. So here we are going to look at a cone. So a cone is just a three-dimensional shape that has a circular base and it narrows down to a sharp point called a vertex. Then a cone has its parts such as the radius, the height, and the slant height. So let's take a look at the cone. This is a cone, as you can see. So right here we have the radius, which is down here. Then here we have the circular base, which is in form of a circle. Then this side you have the slant height, presented by letter L. It can also, this side is also the same, the slant height. Then here on the middle, we have the perpendicular height. Okay, then we have the vertex right there. So these are the parts of the circle. So let us now look at how we can find the total surface area of a cone. So we take a look at the cone. So here we have said we have the slant height, we have the perpendicular height right here, we have the radius and the base and the vertex. So in order for us to find the total surface area of the cone, we need to come up with a formula which will be total surface area is equal to pi r open bracket r plus L. So the L is presenting the what? The slant height. Then the R is the radius. So we are saying here we have R which is presenting the radius and the L which is presenting the slant height. So this is the formula that we must use when finding the total surface area of a cone. So this is our example 1. A cone has a slant height of 12 centimeter and the radius of its circular base is 5 centimeter. Calculate the total surface area of the cone. So in order for you to find the total surface area of the cone, so you need to come up with a formula where you say total surface area is equal to pi r open bracket r plus L. So here, as you can see, take a look at this cone. So they have given us that the radius is 5 and the height is 12 centimeters. So we need first to find the slant height. So on the slant height there we have a question mark. We don't know the value of the slant height. So first we need to start by finding the slant height by considering this as a right angled triangle, because this slant height is the longest side of the right angle triangle. So this will be our hypotenuse. So we are going to add these two adjacent sides by squaring them and we find the hypotenuse. So let's say we can find the slant height. So we can now find our slant height right here. So to find this slant height, we said we need to use the Pythagoras theorem because the slant height is the hypotenuse. Okay, so when you are finding the hypotenuse, you find the sum of the squares of these two adjacent sides. So we are going to say L squared is equal to h squared, which is the height. Then we add it with what? The radius, so r squared. So L squared is equal to the height, it's 12, so it will be 12 squared plus the radius is a 5 squared. So from here we are going to have L squared is equal to 12 squared will give us 144 plus 5 squared will give us a 25. So here we'll say L squared equal to 144 plus 25 to give us 169. So we need to find the value of L. So we need to get rid of the power 2 by introducing a square root to both the sides. So this 2 and the square root will cancel. L is equal to the square root of 169 will be a 13 centimeter. So the slant height right here was 13 centimeter. So after finding our slant height, we can now come back to our formula right here, where we say total surface area is equal to pi times the radius is 5 open bracket. Again we say 5 plus the slant height, you have said this is 13. So from here you can just say pi times 5 times, so 5 plus 13, this will give us 18. Then from here we just need to punch on our calculator. So when you punch on your calculator there, you're just going to punch to say pi, you will multiply the pi times so we say pi times 5 times 18. So when you multiply pi times 5 times 18, you are going to get 282.743388. So our final answer, you can say total surface area is equal to, so you can leave our answer correct to 2 decimal places. So 282.74 square centimeter, because this is what area. So this was the total surface area of the cone. Okay, so we have said 74 because this 4 will be rounded up by a 3. Now the 3 can't round up the 4, so it will just be the same number 4. So this is how we can find the total surface area of the cone. So you really need to know how you can understand the question. Sometimes they can manipulate the question whereby they'll give you the slant height and they'll give you the area, and then they'll ask you to find the what? The radius. Okay, so it entirely depends with how the question is. So you really need to know how you can read the question, understand, and apply the concept. So we now move on to volume of the cone. So let us now look at the volume of a cone. Okay, so if you are given a cone like this, so we can find its volume. Okay, so how can we find the volume of the cone? So we understand that the formula for finding the volume of the cone is derived from the fact that a cone can be viewed as a pyramid with a circular base of which is occupying 1/3 the volume of a cylinder with the same base area and height. So when you look at this cone, the circular base right here, it's a circle. So we have the perpendicular height right here. So the formula will be volume is equal to 1/3 pi r squared h. So this will be our formula. So you really need to take note of this formula. Okay, very important. So here the value of pi can either be 22/7 or 3.14. Then we can round off this one to become 2. Okay, so r is the radius, h is the height. Okay, so let us look at an example. So an example that we can look at. So let's say if they give us this question, calculate the volume of a cone of which circular base has a diameter of 30 centimeter and the perpendicular height is 20 centimeter. So they are saying the height, okay, the height is a 20 centimeter and the circular base has a diameter. So the diameter of this circular base now, the diameter of this circular base is a what? A 30. So you don't need the diameter, we need the radius. So if the diameter is 30, it means the radius will be a 15 right here. Again, here will be what? A 15. That's what it means. So here we need to come up with the formula for finding the volume of the cone, where we say volume is equal to 1/3 times pi times r times r times h. So remember it was 1/3 times pi r squared h. So I've just split this. So we say volume equal to 1/3 times the pi times, so in this case the radius will be a 15, again times 15, again times the height, the perpendicular height, it's a 20. So we are